The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom won't have an equal when it comes to AAA open world adventure games slash RPGs. Honestly, guys, this isn't a statement to plant that the Nintendo Switch or Tears of the Kingdom is the best over other systems or games. I mean, I'm simply speaking as someone who has been playing video games for over 3 decades at this point, and I've played a lot of open world games. I get the whole fanboy card will be pulled here in the comment section very soon, and even before some of you guys finish this video, and trust me, that's not what's going on here. Heck, I own 2 PS5s, 1 PS4, 2 PS3s, 1 Xbox Series X, 2 Xbox Ones, 1 Xbox 360, 1 PS Vita, 1 PS2, 1 PS1, 1 OG Xbox, and thousands of games across all of those systems. But the reality is, for a console AAA open world game, no other modern title, when it comes to creativity and physics, despite there being more powerful hardware out there and dev teams that total in the thousands for some of these open world games, and once again, not even in Breath of the Wild's class, Tears of the Kingdom is going to take it to a whole new level, and we're going to go ahead and get into that. But that's not to say that Breath of the Wild is perfect or that Tears of the Kingdom will be, but from what I have played and seen, nobody else is doing what Tears of the Kingdom is doing, and the additions to fix some of the complaints gamers had from the first game came in completely unconventional ways that enhances the gameplay in a brand new way that I just don't see with modern titles. Now, for example, I stated many times that Tears of the Kingdom should add a blacksmith or a way to repair weapons, like many other games do. This was the obvious and typical thing to do when it comes to fixing the weapon breaking. Now, the Zelda team absolutely heard the complaints from gamers out there about weapon breaking, and instead of adding the obvious, which isn't exactly fun, it's just something that you would do in any game, go and fix your weapons, they turned repairing your weapons into a whole new innovative gaming mechanic on the fly. Fusing your weapons with the fuse ability instantaneously adds creativity, tension, and immediate satisfaction to fixing your weapons, and it's far more dynamic and increases the amount of weapon combinations to near infinitely. Imagine later in the game when strong weapons like a flame sword or ice rod can be fused. This solves the weapon breaking problem and adds another innovative mechanic to the game's formula that's already pretty cool. It's absolutely ingenious. Not a single video I watched on weapon breaking suggested that type of mechanic beforehand. This is what separates Tears of the Kingdom from other open world games. Most of them are set in their ways, improved graphics, better story, more weapons, and locations. Cool, no problem, right? But Tears of the Kingdom will probably do all of that, not even probably, will do all of that, but instead actually create new ways the players themselves can enhance or create gameplay with those aspects. Okay, ask yourself this: what open world modern AAA console game allows you to climb anywhere for the most part, play with the physics of nearly any object, interact with the environment to create solutions, fuse nearly all items together with another for new effects, and has a seamless open world with the verticality of Tears of the Kingdom? Yeah, I'm sure there are some PC games or like Minecraft that some of you guys will say, but for AAA console RPGs in the same class, it's literally unheard of. But wait, there's more. Let's discuss that verticality a bit more, because I find this aspect of Tears of the Kingdom to easily be one of the most impressive things about the game. Now, while there are numerous ways to reach the Sky Islands, according to Mr. Alnuma, the recall ability is one way which was shown in the latest gameplay demonstration. This allows Link to essentially rewind time, but travel real time on the object that he recalled. Now, we've seen this applied in a combat aspect as well, with a large spiked boulder in a previous gameplay trailer. But notice how high Link ends up traveling with this recall ability. It's not like these sky islands are right next to the surface and are a small addition. These sky islands have unique structures and things that only happen on there. An example of this is how the yellow trees will only be on the sky islands and won't be on the surface. The sky islands that was shown off during the presentation was a smaller area. In previous trailers, we saw bigger sky islands that could potentially house dungeons, hidden temples, large caves, and so much more. The amount of pure land or surface to explore here is pretty vast. Having that extra bit of verticality alongside the surface of Hyrule is incredibly impressive, as most open world games will usually have just the surface area, maybe some underground areas, and if you can fly, there sure isn't sky islands to explore in the same class of console RPGs out there. All the more impressive is that this is a seamless world. If you want to travel down to the surface from the sky islands, you can leave pretty much at any time. This type of freedom and creativity is seldom used in true open world AAA console games. Most of the time, devs usually want you to explore areas once you get a certain ability or use something to solve said thing in a very specific way. With Tears of the Kingdom, it's almost as if Nintendo said, you can solve or get to wherever you need to get to, however you, the player, wants. And don't even get me started on the non-physics of open world games. Look, I'll be completely honest here, guys. Out of all the things Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom will do, this is probably what ruined other open world games for me the most. Simple physics. Most AAA open world games have no real world interaction. Want to chop down the tree? Nope, probably can't. Want to light all this grass on fire? Nope, probably not. There are a staggering amount of restrictions and little interaction with the actual environment in these said open world games. In The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, if you're in a cold area, you better hold on to a torch or wear warm clothes. If you're in a hot area, you have to wear clothing that keeps you cool. The actual game world can be reacted to. There are intrinsic gameplay elements built into the open world. This creates a dynamic gameplay experience that challenges you to think about how to traverse locations in interesting ways. When I play other open world AAA console titles with lush trees or forests, the immersion almost comes completely crashing down the minute I can't simply chop a tree down with my sharpened blade, or I torch an enemy with fire and it has no actual reaction from the environment around. Now, this isn't a knock on other modern open world games. These titles have their place in the industry, and I like them overall. Open world RPGs like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 are fantastic. People love the GTA series and buy it in droves. But when you compare all the cool innovations and things Tears of the Kingdom does, the game is simply in a class of its own, and why so many people are excited and praising the new mechanics that I'm talking about here. Now, little known fact about the next that we're going to discuss with the Ultra Hand. Nintendo actually called back to a physical product they used to make. Yes, the Ultra Hand. It's a new ability some of you might have not known is a reference to that said product that Nintendo made in the 1960s, first created in 1966 by the legendary Game Boy creator Gunpei Yokoi. Not only does Tears of the Kingdom give you a cool creation movement tool with this mechanic, but they honor their past at the same time. This reference to Nintendo's history is spectacular, and it just makes Tears of the Kingdom even more impressive, to me at least. Easter eggs are one thing, but built-in names honoring one of the most innovative hardware minds of all time and having that double as a creation tool for innovation is just 1,000,000 shades of awesome, seriously. The Ultra Hand ability is super cool. The amount of insane contraptions, vehicles, and outright diabolical things people will create with this is exciting. and also frightening when I realize how uncreative and resourceful I am when compared to some crazy dude on the internet that somehow created a flying Transformers mech that blasted him across Hyrule and the Sky Islands in record time. I do want to touch on the Ascend ability as well, because it seems like this one could be one of the most overlooked things from the recent gameplay presentation. At first, pretty simple, huh? You can just phase through ceilings that are solid material. Alright, pretty cool, like Lemillion from My Hero. I like Lemillion. Dope ability, right? You can even do this inside caves to get to the top of a mountain. Many different uses here, which is good. But what wasn't said was how this ability could be used with puzzles or exploration to make the gameplay even more dynamic. Maybe there's an area you can't get to normally while climbing, but if you brave a dangerous cave and get to a certain part deep enough, you can phase through with the Ascend ability and reach the area you wouldn't have been able to get to normally. Possibilities with this new ability are much deeper than at first glance, and I can't wait to see what the Zelda team does with it. Dungeons with multi-layered areas above could be used as different puzzles as well. Overall, I think the outlook is clear here about why Tears of the Kingdom surpasses all other open world games for me. Instead of just saying, oh, we're going to do better graphics with more weapons or areas, the team actively said we're going to create new gameplay ideas around getting new things or going to different places. The fusibility is ingenious. It creates dynamic gameplay where you could use your surroundings instantaneously on the fly to your advantage while making you an instant blacksmith or weapon modding right there. The seamless open world creates a sense of scale alongside the verticality and physics that really no other console AAA open world game has done to this level. The new mechanics like Ultra Hand and Ascend create a multitude of ways to traverse, explore, and discover, but in a way that's custom fitted to your own playstyle and what you want to create. All the new mechanics, weapons, and abilities are built off of enhancing the core fabric of interacting with the open world, creating new gameplay experiences, not just adding new weapons or modes. Tears of the Kingdom might not be the type of Zelda game that all Zelda fans want, but it's absolutely the type of game you want to play for the sheer amount of customization, depth, and possibilities that pretty much no other game in its class offers. There's a reason why Tears of the Kingdom is dominating pre-order charts around the world and very soon is going to dominate sales charts. It's simply too impressive to ignore, and I'm beyond hyped to play this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. What are your most impressive things that you've seen with Tears of the Kingdom, and what are you looking forward to the most in playing? Let me know in the comment section, and check out my previous videos on the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, where I discuss a variety of different topics with the game. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next video. Peace.